So what do you want to do with your life? You're sitting down, you're lying, you're driving, maybe you're exercising. However you're listening to this recording, the question remains, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? See, you were given this life. You have this life, this one life. That's all you're going to get. You have one life. And I don't know how old you are. You could be really young. You could be middle-aged. You could be up in years. You have a remainder of your life to live, regardless of how much time that is. What do you want to do with it? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever actually thought about what do I want to do with the rest of my life? Have you ever spent any time thinking, sincerely thinking about how you want to spend whatever amount of time you have left? See, the fact of the matter is none of us knows exactly how much time we have left. You know, we could have many years left. We could have a few months left. We could die tomorrow. You know what, when you're done listening to this recording, you could die 5 minutes after that. I don't mean to be gruesome. I'm just talking fact right now. None of us knows how much longer we have to live. But guess what? The amount of time each of us have left to live, it's a specific number. Whatever that number may be. Whether we count it in days and weeks, months, years. It's a specific number. And every single day that we live is one 24-hour period deduction from that number. So what's the rest of your life? Is it a week? Is it a month? Is it 5, 10, 20 years or longer? None of us knows. So here you are, presented with this one life. What are you doing with it? When you woke up this morning, did you wake up happy, knowing you're going to be doing something exactly what it is you want? I don't care whether you're working a plan or not. I'm not even getting into that right now. I'm not even getting into goal setting at this point. I'm just talking about a general thought process of your life, a general thinking of at least a direction. Whether or not you have certain milestones or guideposts or goals set up, that's immaterial. You know, you're not going to achieve those goals. You're not going to set those goals until you first start thinking, until you first start having the awareness that there is something you want to do more than what you're currently doing. So when you woke up this morning, you looked in the mirror, you're in the bathroom, you're brushing your teeth, washing your face, maybe showering, you look in the mirror, whether or not you like what you see. This is where you are right now. You and I are where we are right now. And we are where we are right now perfectly. What the heck do I mean by that, perfectly? Perfectly meaning you are exactly where you should be. Yeah, but I don't want to be where I am. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about whether or not you want to be where you are right now. We're just talking about your present situation. Let's talk about your present situation. You are exactly where you should be right now based on all the decisions and actions that you've taken to this very point. Don't let that depress you. Let that excite you. That's a very good thing. Why is that good? It's good because it shows you that you have the power to change your life. You have the power to chart the direction of where you want to go. Now, maybe in the past, you've not done much charting. Maybe in the past, you've just lived day to day. You know, you didn't have much thought of the future, where you want to eventually be. But the decisions and actions you took brought you to exactly where you are now. That's a great thing to know that. Now you may not be where you want to be right now. Maybe it's a crappy place where you are right now. Maybe it's a great place, you want to get better. But maybe you're not really that happy. Maybe you're just not satisfied. But know this. Know that the steps you took, conscious or unconscious, brought you to where you are now. That's a powerful and exciting thing that shows you that you have control. Now, let's say you added, say, 10% more control. In other words, let's say you just lived to this point without much planning, without much forward thinking, without much, or any perhaps goal setting, but you arrived to where you are now. Maybe you have a little piece of what you want. Maybe some elements of what you want are existing in your life right now. Maybe you have some relationships that you like right now. Maybe you're living where you want right now. Maybe there's some elements there's some things that you have that make you happy. That's all a result of what you thought, the behaviors you took. Let's say you change that by 5, 10%. You add that much more control over the next few months or years of your life. That's that much more control, that much more, we'll say 10% as a number off the top of the head. That's that much more control you'll have over the next few months of your life. Let's say you had 30% more control. In other words, you spent 30% more time determining exactly what it is you wanted and figuring out a way to get exactly what it is you wanted. Now you're 30%. Now, 1 year from now, maybe 2 years from now, you look back and now you're 30% closer to what you wanted because you added 30% more control to your life, 30% more conscientiousness to your life, 30% more awareness that you want it to be a specific place in your life, 50% more. In other words, let's say the past 5 years, maybe let's say every month you thought about your life for half an hour. That's probably more than most people do. Let's say you doubled, you tripled that. And let's say every month you really think and you sit down and you plan. We're not even in the goal setting now. We're just still talking about thinking about what you want, being conscious of it. See, most people live their life, they're not even conscious of what they want. They just live day to day. You know, they wake up, They do whatever they do. They work, they go to school, they come back, they eat, they watch TV, perhaps they go to the gym, whatever they do, hang out with friends, and they go to sleep. That's the extent of most people's planning. It doesn't take much to get ahead of these people. You don't have to compete, but it's just to show you. Most people do judge where they are in life by looking at where other people are, perhaps their friends and family members, mostly friends, maybe the people they graduated school with. That's how people many times judge. They judge by looking externally. How are other people doing? How am I doing compared to them? You know, you see the guy or the woman pulling up in the beautiful Mercedes, the gorgeous car, they have the expensive clothes. You think about that. You don't just see them and say, hey, nice clothes, nice car. There's not a chance in the world you don't think, hey, I wish I could have that. Wow, or wow, what did they do to get that because I wanted to? You always bring it back to yourself. It's not just them out in the world. They have great stuff and you want it too, and you don't think about that you want it. You don't just say, wow, good for them. Wow, they're doing well. Wow, look at the car they have. Wow, look what they're able to go. Look at the vacations they could go on. Wow, look at the stuff they have. Look at the jewelry that person's wearing. You don't just think that. You now think, okay, now the second part of that is, how come I don't have that? Why can't I have that? I'm jealous. This is how I feel. I'm envious of that. So let's say you change every day. You thought a little bit more about where you want to be in the future. It's all up to you. So what we're talking about is living a day-to-day existence of not even thinking about where you want to go. Start thinking about what you want. It all starts there. It all starts with, what do I want? So you're never going to live the kind of life you want unless you know exactly what it is you want. And we're still not even into goal setting. We're still not even into breaking down what you want into smaller goals and the shorter term goals into a 1 month plan, a 3 and 6 month and a 12-month plan. I'm not even into that yet. I'm simply saying that where you are now is based on all your decisions, and if you made more decisions to do more things conscientiously, consciously, not just the flow, you know, a boat that doesn't have a rudder. What does it do? It's on the ocean. It just goes where the waves take it. It goes where the current takes it. That's how most people live their lives. Is that how you've been living? Are you just living in the flow? Oh, it sounds nice, huh? I'm just living in the flow. Yeah, I'm not, you know, I'm pretty chill about it. I just live in the flow. The flow is not going to take you anywhere specific. Unless you don't want to be anywhere specific, then the flow is fine for you. But most people want to be somewhere specific. You have a life you want to live, a certain way you want to live it. So all I want you to do after listening to this recording is one thing. Start thinking more about what you want in your life. I'm not asking you to set the goals. Forget about the damn goals right now. Start thinking more about what you want in your life. And here's a simple way to do it. Do it after you lie down in bed. Do it before you fall asleep at night. It's a great time to do it. The subconscious mind is primed for suggestion at that point. As a certified hypnotherapist and certified NLP, neuro-linguistic programming trainer, I can tell you that's the best time to do it. The best time to do it is when you're starting to relax. Think about what you want in your life. I don't want you thinking that you don't have these things. You want a certain kind of car? Think about that car that you want. Think about it like you already have that. You want a certain type of job? You want to do a certain kind of work? Think that you're already working. That's how the brain works. It can't distinguish between something that's imagined and something that's real. You have to imagine it vividly. See yourself working. I don't care if you do this for 5 minutes. Your head slams on the pillow at night. Close your eyes and start dreaming consciously. This is before you sleep now. About what you want, about what you have. So you want the car? Think about that you have the car. Imagine yourself driving and imagine the smell of the leather interior. Imagine your hands gripping the steering wheel. Imagine the hum of the beautiful, soft, quiet engine. Turn on the stereo and the incredibly crisp sound from the high-end stereo system. I want you to imagine working with the people you want to be working with, doing the kind of work you want to do. I want you to have a certain house you want to live in. Imagine owning that house. If you want a house on the ocean, imagine living in that house. Start putting in your head the images of the things that you want now as if you already have them. Do it for 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking you to do. 5 minutes. Is the rest of your life, regardless of how long you have to live, none of us knows, is it worth 5 minutes? Can you devote 5 minutes to this very simple practice? Yeah, of course. I do it every night. Every single night you program that brain in your head. Every single night you make that brain in your head do what you want it to do. It's your machine. You own this brain free and clear. Have it work for you. The majority of people out in life, they have their brain working against them every single day. They don't even know that the brain in their head is recording everything they say to themselves. Negativity. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. What do you think the brain's doing? It's recording and listening to everything. It's producing it as well. And recording and listening to every single thing you say. And just like recording and listening to every single thing that you want and then ultimately finding a way for you to produce it, it's going to find a way for you to produce negativity and that you can't, and excuses and reasons why you're not good enough and reasons why things are not going to work out for you and reasons why you should not try. It is your brain. Make it work for you. Tell it what you want. Don't just have this mass in your head just floating in fluids in your skull. and it just does like the flow, whatever circumstances tell it to do, take control of it and start now with this very simple 5 minutes when your head hits the pillow process. 5 minutes. Think exactly what it is you want in your life. If it's fantastic relationships, think that you have that now and look exactly what does that mean? How does it feel? What does it look like on a day-to-day basis? If it's things and stuff that you want, it's okay to want material things. Everyone likes the toys in life. Why not? You have one life. Why not enjoy the toys and the fun things that money will buy? If it's a certain amount of money, think about it. Think about what it looks like when you look up your bank account number online and it shows the number of digits in your savings, in your checking account. See it clearly, see it boldly, see it strongly, and then allow yourself to drift off into it and see what your brain does with that positive input. It's all up to you. You have control. You've had control all along. I'm asking you to turn the control and direct the control towards exactly what it is you want. Get out of the damn flow. The damn flow will leave you nowhere. It'll leave you rudderless on an ocean that just takes you wherever the tide, other people and circumstance take you. Until the next recording, please subscribe. And we're going to pick this conversation up in the next audio. Thank you very much for listening.